a man noticed a little girl playing with what looked like a toy grenade. At first, he didn't think much of it, but when he got closer, he realized it was a real grenade. Fearing what might happen if it exploded, he quietly approached her, planning to grab it without scaring her. But before he could act, the girl suddenly pulled the pin. Acting fast, the man rushed forward, snatched the grenade from her hand, and threw it into the sea with all his strength. A huge explosion followed, shocking everyone and causing panic. The girl stood there shaking, terrified, but the man reassured her she was safe. Then he spotted another boy holding a grenade. He hurried over, grabbed it from the boy before anything could happen, and placed it carefully on the beach. Luckily, the boy hadn't pulled the pin yet. Nobody knew why grenades were on the beach, which made the man uneasy. As people started to leave, something even stranger happened. The sand beneath the man's feet began to sink. He shouted for his friends, but the quicksand was spreading fast. Within seconds, a deep hole formed, pulling him down. His friends tried to pull him out with a towel, but it didn't work. He sank deeper, as if something invisible was dragging him down. Just then, a girl riding a bike passed by. Hearing the cries for help, she rushed over. Using a wooden board to keep herself from sinking, she told two others to hold her legs while she reached for the man's hand. But even together, they couldn't lift him. She quickly told them to grab the bike lock cable. Handing it to the man so he could breathe through it, they tried again, but the quicksand suddenly gave way, swallowing him completely. At that moment, a rescue team arrived. Their leader ordered an iron rope to be lowered into the pit. With everyone working together, they finally pulled the man out. Not long after, another danger appeared. A young girl was sliding down a water slide when it suddenly broke. She panicked and tried to slow herself down, but the slide was too slippery. She slid toward the broken edge and screamed for help. Her coach heard her and quickly slid down after her. By the time he reached her, she was hanging in midair, ready to fall. A couple nearby also noticed. The man from the couple ran over to help. The girl's hands were slipping, but at the last moment, the coach grabbed one hand while the other man grabbed her other hand. Together, they pulled her back to safety. Later, magician Maroney was performing an underwater escape stunt. His assistant locked chains around him, took the key, attached a 75-pound iron ball to the chain, and jumped into the ocean. The plan was for Maroney to free himself underwater, but as soon as he sank to the bottom, the key he had hidden between his toes slipped away. He searched frantically while the audience above waited, not knowing he was in trouble. Running out of air, Maroney began to drown. Lifeguard Parker noticed and dove in. She gave him mouth-to-mouth to give him oxygen, then helped search for the key. Just when it seemed too late, they found it. Maroney quickly unlocked the chains and swam back to the surface, where the worried audience finally saw he was safe. While the crowd was cheering for the escape act, Lifeguard Parker quietly stepped away, letting the magician take all the applause. Remember, never let children play without supervision. They can get into serious trouble. Not long ago, a single mother accidentally cut her wrist. A kind neighbor rushed her to the hospital, but before leaving, she asked two friends to look after her young son. Firefighter Andy started cleaning the blood off the floor while Officer Ryan played a pretend gunfight with the boy. Laughing, the boy asked to see Ryan's police badge. Ryan handed it over without thinking. After a busy day, the two adults sat down to rest. That's when the boy picked up a real gun and aimed it at them. They froze. "Milo, put that down. That's not a toy," Andy said urgently. But the boy unlocked the safety. The recoil from the shot knocked him backward. Andy rushed to check if he was okay and quickly removed the bullets. Suddenly, Ryan groaned. He had been hit in the stomach. Andy placed the gun on top of a cabinet, then tried to stop the bleeding while calling 911. She was put on hold. Ryan could barely speak, so Andy called Ryan's father, a paramedic, begging him to come. Andy started CPR, but by the time Ryan's father arrived, the bullet had hit a vital spot, and Ryan had lost too much blood. Sadly, Ryan died from the accidental shooting. A few days later, the police held a solemn memorial service for him, complete with a 7-gun salute. In another incident, a department store caught fire. Firefighters rushed to the scene but heard loud bangs inside, making everyone think there was a shooting. People ducked for cover, but it turned out to be fireworks going off in the flames. The crew went inside. The ventilation system cleared most of the smoke, but the store had no sprinklers. In the middle of the chaos, an elderly man was stuffing candy into his pockets, ignoring warnings to leave. Firefighter Travis used the intercom to tell everyone to exit and leave stolen goods behind, but no one listened. The fire was soon under control, and Jack suggested checking for unburned fireworks. Maya refused. It would take 45 more minutes, and she didn't want to stay late. They set up fans to blow the smoke out, unaware this choice would have consequences. Meanwhile, Ben treated a teenager with severe burns. The boy admitted that he and his friend Chris had set off the fireworks as a prank, but now Chris was missing. Hearing this, Dan went back into the store to search. Travis found a boy hiding under a chair in a fitting room. The boy, terrified, begged him not to shoot. Travis reassured him and said he was safe, but the boy wasn't Chris. Then more fireworks exploded. Travis dragged the boy out while Ben continued searching. Ben eventually found Chris hiding in a box, his face badly burned. He carried him out to the ambulance immediately. In Los Angeles, lava was pouring into the city. Firefighters formed a wall with their trucks as the last defense. The chief ordered everyone to wait until the lava reached the wall before blasting it with water. The moment the lava touched, the heat and pressure were overwhelming. The wall gave way and molten rock swallowed the street. Just then, helicopters arrived, dumping massive amounts of water. Steam filled the air, and the lava finally stopped, only for the chief to get another urgent call. Lava was now erupting from underground. In another dangerous case, gang members had been hiding illegal items inside fire hydrants. One day, the fire crew was flushing hydrants when their station suddenly came under gunfire. Luckily, no one was hurt. Lieutenant Matthew suspected the attack was linked to the hydrants. He later saw 3 gang members hanging around one while their leader stood nearby. He approached them, unarmed and direct, telling them he knew what they were doing. Someone shot up her house in broad daylight. Could have killed her. She works every day to protect this neighborhood. If you keep hiding things in hydrants, they'll get flushed. This is our neighborhood. You don't own it.